Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allan, San Antonio, Texas. Today it is all about paper pumpkin. We're doing our last alternative to the January paper pumpkin kit, which is Key to My Heart, right? Valentine's is over, we've already moved on, but you know what? We can still use the stuff in the kit and make an alternative. So that is what I'm going to show you today. And if you're out there, say hello, because we will be doing door prize drawings on Sunday when Zoe and Nana are live. Whoop, whoop. And we'll be sure to get you included. And you know, I think we've adjusted the sound, and I'll just double check that a moment. It looks like it's okay, but you know, if the sound is off, let me know. My techie has been maneuvering things to try to get things right. So with that, let's go down the hands and let's get started, right? That's what it's all about. Let's get started. Okay, so these are the things we've already created. So all of them were geared toward Valentine's, right? Except for the Happy Easter we did last week. And we made a shaker card with it. So today I'm going to do a fun fold. And it's just one fold, but it's very easy to do. And it can just give your card such a different look. So I have already folded the card in half. Okay, and I've got all my little stuff over here. You might see it or you might not see it. So what I've done is, so this is, when you fold the card in half, just to give you an idea, this is 4 1/4. Let's see if I do it at the top here. Because down at the bottom here, I'll move my piece of paper from the bottom here so you can see. Okay, it's 4 1/4. All right, it's measured here on this paper, and I don't even have to guess. So if I want to divide 4 1/4 and a half, it's math, right? But all we're doing is we're taking 4 1/4. And dividing it by 2, right, to get our half. Now for you that may or may not like math, it's okay. It's no big deal. It's just 2 1/8. I'm going to give you the answer. So all I've done is taken my scoring, embossing, let's see, let's get scoring on my paper cutter, and I've just come down to 2 1/8 here, and I'm going to get a fold. See? So I could do it any way I want, but this is the way I want to do it, all right? Just a nice, simple fold. And you're going to see how just doing a nice, simple fold can make such a difference, right? Okay, so I've just scored. So I've just gone and used my paper cut trimmer that's got a scoring element on it there, tool, and I just cut this, scored it right there in half in the middle. All right, so we're going to make the card this way today. So I'm using leftover pieces, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. The first thing I'm going to use, this is the envelope that I cut down to a 3x3. If you ever watch me on Wednesdays on Adventurous Stampin, I always start with a 3x3 card. So I made my 3x3 by just taking the envelope and cutting it, right? So I just cut it down to 3x3. Some of these are the scraps left over. We use the scraps, and we're going to use this, all right? So what we're going to do with this is, I'm not going to do anything yet, but it's important to look, because when you cut the envelope, one side is white and one side has got the keys on it. All right. So when I go to put this on, I want to make sure when I lift it up, the keys are going this way and they're on top. All right. Because I'm going to put a sentiment right here. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on the inside. And I went ahead and dug through some old colors here. I got my Gorgeous Grape because it's a little bit darker. My Fresh Freesia was in previous ones, and I've already given that away too. So what I'm going to stamp on the inside of here is, I've got all kinds of things on my blocks here. I've got To My Love that I'm going to have on the outside. And on the inside, I have choices. I'm not going to do To My Valentine's because that is over. I got Love Is the Key. And then I have this one here that says, You Hold the Key to My Heart. So I am going to use this one right here, and I'll show you why. Because it's going to all tie together. Actually, I got the lighter one out, but I don't need it yet. I'm putting my hearts around here. So I am going to actually stamp this here, that you hold the key to my heart. I'm going to do it in Gorgeous Grape down here, and I'm going to use it on the top side too. So I'm going to just put the you hold the key to my heart here. And this way I can write a note here as well too. I did this to the love of my life last year for Valentine's Day. I sat up there and put 2 messages. I did not this exact card, but something similar, right? So I'm just going to do this here. Yes, be sure to leave your comments, emojis, or something. And I'm just going to take this design right here that's just real pretty, and I'm going to stamp it right here. Now see, this color is in Fresh Freesia, so if I go and use the Gorgeous Grape color, which is a darker color, right? It's going to look like that. It's going to stand out, and that's what I want this to do. Okay? So from here, I'm just getting my ink out of the way because I have a tendency to stick my hands in the ink. So I'm going to fold this back over like this. I'm going to have this right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down with adhesive. And then from here we start building, right? So we'll start building and seeing how we want to build. So the thing is when you fold this in half, and we did this, so this is fine because this one's easy because we're just going to put this right in the center. But we're also going to take this and put this on the larger card. All right, so whenever you do that, then you got to keep that in mind, right? Let's see here. I know somebody's here. Oh, hello, Nancy. Hello, Debbie. So this, I'm going to put this right here, and I want to center this on the card. Now, I'm not going to finish this up yet because I'm going to put some ribbon, but see how this is going to be in the center of the card? And then when they go to open the card, it's going to have this message here. But in addition to that, so when I go to add this down, I got to keep in mind that I only want to put adhesive only half of here. So it'll stick right here. So you can basically have two cards, right? But before I put this down, I wanted to put this ribbon down because this ribbon is really some scrap ribbon that I have. And look how pretty it looks on here. And I do like using up my scraps. So to give you a visual, it will look like this. And then I'll have this right down on top of it. And see how pretty that is? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit up here and wrap it. Okay, let's see if I have enough to wrap. So that's the key thing, if I have enough to wrap. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide my material here. And I'm most likely just going to use this up because if I have just a teeny tiny little scrap left, I won't have anything to use it on. So yes, we're busy working on getting ready for our upcoming Easter classes. We're going to have one that's going to be by mail, and we'll have one in person, or one that's online. So that'll be coming up in the end of March. We'll be having those classes. Got to get those Easter things in here, right? So that will be fun. All right, I need one more glue dot. So some things to keep a lookout for. We'll soon have a newsletter out. If you're not getting our newsletter, let me know. Message me, or you can sign a link to get the newsletter we have in our stuff there. Right? So I love this ribbon. I want to say this ribbon came, I don't know if it came out at Christmas time, or it was last catalog, or it was the annual catalog. I don't know offhand. But it's just pretty, right? It's a very vanilla. And just can dress up so many things. So for me, giving somebody a nice card, letting them know that you love them and think of them. You don't have to do it just on Valentine's Day, right? I'd hate to think I got an I love you only on Valentine's Day. That would be sad indeed. And people would be in trouble. Okay, so I already have stamped this. So basically all I've done is, you'll have to excuse me, I have a long sleeve today because our temperatures dropped 25 degrees to into the 65 weather. So I actually just took the tag and I stamped this, right? And I'm just going to trim this off. I'm just eyeballing it. It's not rocket science, and I'm not trying to make it rocket science out of it. Just simple, right? And then I'm going to take this here, this card, and just like I told you, I'm going to take and put adhesive right here on the bottom. About halfway, right? It's easy for me to eyeball about halfway. And again, that's just the envelope. I cut the envelope up. I like doing that. I like showing you. So what I'm going to do here is I want to make sure then I'm going to fold this in half. And I'm going to put this where about the halfway mark here. Alright, and you can see how that's going to pop up. Okay? Now we're not done. We're not done. So I'm going to put my I love you. Oh, you know what? Yes, okay. Make sure I did that right. Okay. So I got to put my I love you on here. Alright, so I'm going to put to my love, and I'm going to stamp it with some hearts. And again, I'm just going to use this adhesive. I could use dimensionals, but I really didn't want to. Well, I guess I could. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that, because I'm going to stamp I love hearts all over the place. So let's just do that. Oh, there's one other thing. Oh, don't do that. So there is one other thing I'm going to do too. Just so that he knows I've got a message in here, right? Because I already know I'm going to give it to him. And if he watches the video, he'll know. Or if he doesn't get a chance to watch the video, then he will be surprised. And even if he knows, he'll at least act surprised, right? That's the key to it all. So I'm just going to put this right here. And then in addition to this, I'm going to stamp it because I can, right? Because I can. I don't know about you, but I know Nancy does this from time to time. And that is, I have in the past taken confetti hearts or confetti anything and put them inside my cards. So when they got them, there was confetti everywhere. So instead of doing that today, I'm just going to sprinkle on some hearts, right? I'm just going to start, and they're going to stand out really nice because it's in this gorgeous grape color. But when I get to the end here, I'm going to have to put something here so I don't accidentally go over to my card, right? So I'm just going to put this right here. It's like masking, right? But I'm masking and protecting the rest of my card. And then I'm just going to line my hearts up so it looks like they keep on going, right? I should have done that a little bit quicker over, but that's okay. Let me go over to this side, then I'll do the same thing. So that way I'll at least be consistent, right? Okay, nope, I did that too. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to add, which I should have done the tag there, but it'll be okay. So it's just one of those things, you just keep on stamping hearts, right? Oops. Yeah, we'll just use the stamp off just like we did the other side. All right, so it's just opportunities for creativity, right? So we're not going to sweat the small stuff, that's small stuff. So the other thing that I'm going to do with this here is I wanted to add a little tag just in case he did not notice that I did this, all right? So let me first finish up some of this, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. This is a leftover piece right here. This is a 1 by little over 3.5. It's just a piece of leftover scrap, okay? So I'm going to put this down, and you'll see why. Then I'll save doing a little key thing last. All right, so I'm just going to put this here. And then I'm going to take this tag. If you turn around and it says I love you, so I'm saving my I love you to the last, right? Last page. And he opens the card. And we're going to use this to be able to make this a stand-up card. All right? So not only are you getting a fun fold today, but you can see how we can make it stand up. Oh, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to put this right here. Yes, Nancy does that to her kiddos too. So here's what it's going to look like. This is going to allow this to be propped open so you can see it a little bit better. It's going to be to my love. Now, he should be able to see once he props it open, right, that this is going to be there. But just in case, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this. I was deciding whether to use the key or the keyhole. And all I'm going to do is take some of my scrap leftover pieces of my envelope. Let me find it. Here's, or this one here will be fine. Yep, here's the scrap from the envelope there. I'm just going to stamp this key on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut it. Now, would I fussy cut this for everybody? Absolutely not. So if you're thinking I'm going to fussy cut this for you, most probably not. But because he is the love of my life, I'm going to fussy cut this for him. Nothing personal. It's just the way it goes. So fussy cutting, again, is nothing more than taking your scissors. In this particular case, I'm going to sit there and leave a little bit of the white on here, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because I want to be able to secure this down, right? So I need something more than just the skinny part of the key, right? I'll just show you. All I did is use the envelope. So if you haven't realized yet, I always enjoy getting the envelopes and seeing what I can do with them. And I'm just going to get that extra out of the way. So I just really need a little bit of something, right? I don't need a whole lot, but I wanted something. So all I'm going to do is take what I've done here. I'll finish my circle around. So the key to this is, because I'm like lifting up, not staying smooth with it, just make sure you don't have any little pointy edges around it, right? Just want round smoothness. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this key right here, and I'm just going to put it right here. And actually, let's see. Yes, I want it this way because it's a little bit bigger, right? I don't know that he's really into dainty, but you know what? It doesn't matter. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little glue here, And so at least he'll see the key sticking out, right? So there's your sign. So once this is like in an envelope, and if it was mailed, yeah, this still's got coming out really good. So when it's mailed, it gets flattened out, right? So you get to see everything I'm making right now. But when it's mailed, it sort of gets flattened out if it's been in the envelope for a little bit. So it'll just have this little, looks like a little knob right there, and you can lift that up and know to open this. How about that? And there you go. So I've got all my pretty stuff right there. I have this right here that can be done like this. And there you go. You know, so the only thing would be is if you want to add some bling, then I'd add some bling. But that's just a very simple, easy card to make that anyone can make, and using this fold. So we just folded, cut it, we just scored it in half, added some ribbon, we added the envelope here, and this is also from the envelope, right? And if you want to know how I did To My Love, this is a real easy way to do this. It says To My Valentine. So all we have to do, because the ink spots are small, I can easily ink up to my, like that. So all that I did is I took it and I stamped it. I think I just got my sleeve and my ink. Okay, and then on Love, this one says Love You. So again, I did the same thing, but except I just captured the word love. So it's very easy with these ink spots to do this. Oh, that's got I on it, so that's not the one I use. Oh, there's the love right there. God loves me. Thank you. There's a lot of love here. And I just took it and I just stamped it right next to my love. So therefore, I took two stamps, combined them together, and just, you can mask it off if you wanted to. For me, I just made sure to just ink the words I wanted, and I got To My Love. So I created my own words that way. All right? So I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a simple, quick, and easy way to make a card and change it a little bit just by scoring it down the middle, adding a little nice 3x3 if you want to, and ribbon. That's all about what can you do to touch someone's life, right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. So I hope you enjoyed that. If so, we hope that you would share not only on Facebook but YouTube, and we will have our video posted on YouTube and a picture posted on Instagram. With that, be blessed, have an amazing week, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday with Zoe and Hannah with our new February paper pumpkin kit. And it's rain or shine. Anyway, Nana's been making a lot of stuff getting ready for a class on March 9th. So if you're interested in the class and haven't signed up, I have 2 left. So you can, if it's being mailed out this weekend, so if you want one, message me so it can be mailed out, because the class is on March 9th. We have it at 7 p.m. online, and we're doing a live also at the Tea House at 10 a.m. here in San Antonio, Texas. So if you're interested in either one, just message me, because I only have 2 kits left. Mail out has to be done this weekend, and in person can be done in person, right? All right, be blessed. See you Sunday, and see you next week also on Teach Me Nana. Bye.